Jamaica is reeling from Hurricane Melissa, but the government's financial priorities are raising serious questions. The Andrew Holness administration has announced a $10 billion allocation for national hurricane relief and reconstruction efforts. However, this amount is less than half of what the government recently funneled to JPS, Power Company. Records show $24 billion in cat bond proceeds was loaned to JPS for the recovery. While the utility giant gets a massive $24 billion cushion, the hurricane victims get much less. Families are struggling to rebuild their lives with limited state support, while big utility companies are prioritized. This massive financial gap has sparked anger across the island, as so many remain homeless island-wide. Critics ask how a utility loan can outweigh the immediate survival needs of the Jamaican people. When will the government finally decide to put the people first?
Tagline: vultures. And now is the time for us as comrades and like-minded people who want to see a better politics. Better people equate to better governance. But you have lost your way, Andrew Holness. And I told people before, you are not redeemable because you have become engulfed by riches, corruption, cronyism, and nepotism. You walk, you sleep, you muddle in the mud of corruption. You muddle like a pig in the web of corruption, in the mud of corruption. But I will say and remind you, this little boy you met at St. Catherine High, 2008, June 26, 2008. When I ask you, would you be a better person? You committed to being a better prime minister for the country, and you have failed dismally and miserably. And that's why I have passion to make sure you're taken out of this country. Because you're a disappointment to the nation. When he came on the scene, Squirtney, and you all remember, a lot of people thought he would have been a renewed hope for the country. When he came on the scenes, a lot of persons believed he would have been a renewed hope for this country. But he turned out to have been a diabolical order of distraction and dictatorial style over the people of Jamaica. But I'm going to say to him today, every high thing must come down. Every shackle shall be broken, because our Christ wears the victor's crown. Our Christ will overcome and see to it that men like you, who puts us in bondage, who puts us in poverty, who puts us in shackles and chain, one day will be removed.
Little clubs them, football club, netball club, whatever the case may be. As a MP, you want to assist them. Sometimes they want football, sometimes they want socks, they want shoes, they want their little jersey, they want football net, whatever it is, they want their football field for cut. You know, any little thing we can develop them sport and then little clubs to make them community and then constituency unite. So a part of a member of Parliament Jamaica, we are going to tell you the reason why this afternoon Michelle Charles deserved to be locked up. Yes! I am one of the first person that is going to come out and say it. Michelle Charles deserved to be locked away. You know what this woman did, Jamaica? About 2 football clubs in Eastern St. Thomas approached Michelle while she was Member of Parliament. And then tell the Member of Parliament at the time, Michelle, see what she can do for them, no? The tournament a come up and they want gears. They want them little jersey, them little something for make them thing look professional. That non killer, she have access to the CDF money. However, Jamaica, I am getting to understand. Remember the tournament start July, August, you know, the club them would have written to Michelle months ago, weeks ago, you know, telling Michelle Charles that them need little help with the tournament. Help we buy some football shoes, no? Help we buy some gears. Help we make the tournament come off professional. And they would have put in their bid, written to the Member of Parliament weeks, if not months. The general election was September 3rd. You know, Michelle Charles didn't give the football clubs or honor their requests. I wonder if you know hear what me say. The football clubs wrote to Michelle months and weeks before September 3rd, before she lose, and Michelle did not come through for the people of Eastern St. Thomas. Jamaica people, I am going to expose how this woman is a phenomenal thief. You not hear me? Students, you not hear me? Comment yes if you not hear me. Me not like when the comment section got dead, you know, and quiet. Me want to know comment and have a good time in the comment section. Opal Watson say yes, Ivan, Angela. Alright, you not hear me? Perfect. Yeah, keep me company. Nice. Alright, Lady Sue, everybody I hear me. Jamaican Queen, big up yourself. Good family and Michael Bailey. Perfect. Alright, you not hear me. Valerie Chang, big up yourself. Jamaica, listen to me now and follow me good, you know. Jamaica have them general election the 3rd of September last year. Football tournament are going right across Jamaica. So too in Eastern St. Thomas. We don't know how other football club get support. We don't know how other football club get them sponsorship. But what I know for sure is that 2 football clubs in Eastern St. Thomas, poor thing must go to some big shot or some big entrepreneur and they no get no help. So guess what? Them say them last alternative is to go to the Member of Parliament. And they would have wrote to the Member of... And you know Michelle Charles, she a go tell them yes. She a go tell them yes. Anyway, Jamaica, look at the point I'm trying to make. Because we are going to show you the proof and expose Michelle, you know. This woman deserves to be locked away. If the 2 football club asks this woman to sponsor them football team just to give them some jersey, some shoes, some football, a football net, whatever it is to make them little games professional. Are you aware that Michelle didn't came through for both clubs? She didn't buy it for them, you know. She didn't buy it for them, Jamaica. The general election was September 3rd. And me no need to remind you know, the outcome of September 3rd in Eastern St. Thomas, where Michelle Charles lost her seat, which means that all powers where she's supposed to have or claim she have in Eastern St. Thomas would have taken away. She has become an ordinary citizen like you and I. Now, Jamaica, it was brought to my attention. Remember, Michelle wouldn't take God off of the cross, you know. So the club approached her and she would have lobbied on their behalf and she procured for this and she get funding. Well, the people, them not get them funding, them not get no jersey, them not get nothing. Because you lose. No. If you procure and find money to give them, buy them jersey and whatever, how comes the football club them no get no farmer gears, Michelle? And why is it that after you lose your seat, follow me now, why is it that after you lose your seat, you're now coming out paying for football gears for both clubs, totaling over 900,000. One club get 399,000. One other club get 400,000. That mean Michelle Charles sabotage the football clubs them leading up to the general election, you know. Hold on pan the money, you know. It seems as though Michelle Charles sabotage these football clubs because she know that these clubs are at the mercies of her feet. And because she want to use her influence in the constituency, your family, all of uno want the sponsorship, uno have to vote for me. Show me so uno on my side. But what exposed Michelle Charles Jamaica is the receipt that is being floating around. When you look at the receipt, Jamaica, Michelle Charles went to a sporting store where sell football gears and other things known as Western Sports. And based on what the invoice is saying, Jamaica, if you look on the date of this invoice when Michelle Charles went to pay for these football gears, it says October 18, 2025. And based on what this receipt is saying, it is saying that permission was granted by Dr. Michelle Charles for these things to be collected by somebody named Steve. Investigation would have shown that this person named Steve is her driver. The audacity of this woman. Mind you, Jamaica, this woman would have lost her seat September 3rd. How is it that Michelle Charles would have been authorizing individuals? Jamaica, only not said this a prison work. Only not said this a prison work. See it here in front town, you know. But to make matters worse, Jamaica, after Michelle would have procured this money and say, well, Me don't lose the seat and me want them feel like me do some good in our Eastern St. Thomas. Make me sponsor them. Remember the people them ask you way before the election to sponsor them football club, you know. You sabotage them and you lose. So why you want to spend CDF money, Michelle Charles? Anyway, she give one team 400,000 worth of gears and she give one other team 399, 900,000. Basically, she take out of the CDF. But what is alarming Jamaica is the fact that when Michelle Charles went to pay for these football gears at Western Sports, you know what Michelle Charles did, Jamaica, on top of the bill? Michelle Charles ordered Nike Precision shoes for herself. She ordered training tracks pants for herself. She ordered classic leggings tights for herself. She I don't want to laugh, you know. I don't want to laugh. Jamaica the receipt now tell no lie, you know. See the receipt them there, you know. It better Michelle did shut her mouth and not come out can justify nothing on the internet where Rose Shaw is concerned, you know. Eh? Jamaica, this is thief. And we're asking the members of the People's National Party to get Mocha involved because Michelle Charles need to pay back the CDF money that she took from it. You were no longer the member of parliament. You lost the seat the 3rd of September and you're there spending money up until the 18th of October. Eh? How is it that Michelle Charles continue to have access to the CDF money when she is not the member of parliament? This is thief and an investigation need to be launched. Eh? Eh? Look at them something where Michelle put on the people them bill, the CDF money. So you decide so you go order football gears for the 2 football team. You couldn't just order the football gears to the football team and done. And then if you want them as something, your tights and foot balm and lip balm and stocking, and you couldn't just buy them out of your ordinary salary where taxpayer pay your month time. Eh? Eh? But the apple no fall too far from the tree, you know, Jamaica. Remember, it was alleged that Michelle too pitney them a thief too, you know. Yeah. Me remember sometime last year it did broke out on the internet say Michelle pitney them take people money. Only no remember one big scamming ring or data in particular take people money. And I spend it up and I live big. Only no remember. Eh? So you want tell me now, Michelle, good God Almighty, if you show now them people are heartless, you know. Michelle, you say you own dentistry in Jamaica and America. Well, I think the one in America closed down. Anyway, she says she's a dentist. You want to tell me, say your dentistry now make no money. So, no money, so you couldn't even take little money out of your own business and buy stocking and tights. And then some, you have to put it on the bill coming out of the CDF. Eh? This is a pattern, Jamaica.